Yeah, well, Super Elf's win streak is what, like 1,050 something right now. But the thing is, Super Elf is running Agitation, Scourgehook Pain Resonance, Nowhere to Hide, and Pop Goes the Weasel. He's also running, I believe, Fragile Wheeze and Heavy Panting add-ons. Right? But Nightlight is on a win streak right now of like 550. It's just like basically half of Super Alf's win streak. But he hasn't been doing it for nearly as long. Like he started his nurse win streak way later than Super Alf. But for one, he's doing it with no perks and no add-ons. And not only that, but like when Super Alf won most of his games, obviously like this probably didn't matter that much, but when he did have his first 500 win streaks, the add-ons he was using is Kavanaugh's Last Breath and Heavy Panting, and they were Nurse's range add-ons, and they were busted at that time. Like, they made her go super far, and also they made her go super fast. It was like you could not escape a nurse that was running those add-ons. You couldn't dodge the blink at all. So, not to diminish Super Alf in any way, but Nightlight is right behind him with an insane nurse win streak with no perks and no add-ons at all. And to me, I find that to be more impressive because you have to consider no gen regression whatsoever, no aura reading at all, and still this guy is 4K slugging everyone just from insane game sense and map knowledge and incredibly accurate blinking. Like, his blinks are sick. He'll just be looking one way and you'll think he's going one way and then suddenly flick in a complete different direction and just land right on someone that you didn't even know was there. Maybe not everybody's playing to feel proud. Like, maybe I just want to, like, have fun. Maybe it's not about feeling proud. Maybe it's about climbing on the roof or something, you know? Maybe it's about going places you shouldn't be. Maybe it's about getting stuck. Oh. Maybe it's about spying from the shadows. Maybe it's about coming up here and getting a view you wouldn't otherwise get. Maybe it's about dropping down here into the abyss. Maybe it's about teleporting right behind the killer and getting smashed, getting bash hammered. Maybe it's about jumping up here. Hey, settle down with that. No, you can't catch me. Maybe it's about running fast. Maybe it's about teleporting behind the killer again and getting smacked in the face. Maybe it's about zipping away. Maybe it's about having DS before you've ever been hooked. Maybe it's not about being proud. Maybe it's about going in a burning helicopter. Ooh. Maybe it's about starstruck. Maybe it's about teleporting to Steve so he can pick me up. Sorry, Kens, didn't realize you were gone. Wait, you're very low. Nope. I didn't learn about it from BHVR Cheese. I learned about it from playing with Echo 711 on TikTok. If you think I'm bad, go see what he does. I'm actually nice. You're broken. You can't be healed. I am nice in comparison to a lot of the hackers I see play. I just do it to be silly and play around and hope everyone has fun experiencing something different. Watching a goated loop. A goated loop is better though. I mean, watching somebody who's really skilled at looping is good, but even that gets boring because how often are you gonna have these like 5-gen chases? Now all the new killers are all anti-loop. Like, you're not gonna loop a Xenomorph for 5 gens, and you're not gonna do that to a Skull Merchant or a Knight. Probably not a Wesker. Like all the new killers have built-in anti-loop. And, you know, most of you probably don't realize it, but when you watch these YouTube videos where people are looping for 5 gens and all that stuff, I mean, in many cases, well, I wouldn't say it's all staged, but some of it's definitely staged. And if it's not staged, what a lot of them are doing... He hit us both with that. What a lot of them are doing is going on accounts, like newer accounts, where the MMR is really low, and playing against newbies, like killers that really don't know what they're doing, and then they're getting looped for 5 gens because they're going against somebody who has like 7,000 hours in the game, who's on like a fresh baby account at the lowest MMR possible. Or you'll have vice versa. You'll have like a killer who has 7,000 hours on a new account, just demolishing... Oh, I didn't realize he was Death Hook. Just demolishing baby survivors that don't know how to loop, don't even know where gens are, let alone they can't even like hit a skill check. So what's so fun about that? Like, half the YouTube content out there is that. In a nutshell. I don't watch him, so I don't know, but it seems like a lot of them do that, because I'll watch videos and they'll be like, oh, craziest nurse build, watch how OP this is, it's the best build ever, and then it shows them slaughtering everyone with nurse. But when you look at the survivors, they're like running in a straight line like this, they're not even looking back, or they just give up and stand still and die. Or even if they are running, they just do very predictable patterns, like they just run straight like this. Like when you go against a nurse, you need to do stuff like this. Go up here, come back here, go double back, go this way, go this way. You know, you have to like do lots of unpredictable things. Come back this way, throw the pallet that way, go this way, come back, vault it. You know, and you wouldn't even throw a pallet unless you have a lot of distance. You wouldn't vault a window. Nancy. Nancy. Everyone's dying. The sweaty Oni. You think this is fair? Complaining so much about this game when you could just play a different one. You're not gonna get me off DBD by trying to convince me to play something else because you don't like what I'm doing in the game. And even if you did, that's one person that you're gonna get to stop playing. You know how many hackers are out there? They're even worse than me because they're not even doing it. Like I'm sitting here doing it on live stream, posting every video of this, using it for content, and I'm not hiding anything. I'm openly doing things in front of the killer so they know what they're playing against. You have the real dirty hackers are the ones that are actually trying to do it for a competitive advantage, and they're subtly cheating without the killer knowing it. So the killer ends up having a 4-man escape and thinking, wow, I'm just really terrible at this game. Maybe I should uninstall and play something else. And it's all because the cheater was subtly doing things in the background that the killer had no idea. At least I'm letting the killers know up front, like, hey, this is not a fair game. You're playing against somebody who's doing weird things. And in half of these games, I'm letting them just kill me at the end anyway. But and the other thing is, I'm not complaining. I'm trying to explain things to you guys. The people complaining are the ones sitting here in the chat like, why are you doing this? So bad at the game. Play a different game. I don't like what you're doing. You're not playing according to my rules. You're ruining the game for everyone. It's not fun what you're doing. It's just like really redundant. You guys are the ones complaining. I'm just explaining. There's a difference between complaining and explaining. You're complaining about the game and how it should be different. I never said the game should be different. Never once said the game should be different. I never complained about it. You're just hearing what you want to hear. You're interpreting things the way you want to. You're basically putting words in my mouth. I don't complain about the game. Like, DBD is DBD. Just been listening to you complain. It's not complaining. What? Tell me one thing I complained about. Tell me one thing that I complained about. You said you can't loop killers anymore. I didn't say that in a complaining way. I was explaining. When somebody said, oh, it's so much more fun to watch somebody who's goated loop killers, I'm saying you're not going to see much of that because it's not a thing anymore. Like, there's all these anti-loop killers. So when you see somebody looping a killer for 5 gens, it's because they're most likely, well, they're playing against a baby killer. Whether they did it intentionally by by playing on like a fake account or new account, or whether they just kind of got lucky. They play so many games that every so often they get a baby killer. Either way, like, the point is, when you watch the content, you look at it and you're like, no killer is gonna get spinned 7 times in a row in the same chase. Like, no good killer is gonna do that or have that happen to them. Oh man, I should have made him wiggle out. Whoops. See, you guys got me all distracted. Couldn't even help Adam.
Kenzie can't join the Discord call or the party thing. Because she's been trying to talk to you.
Hello.